Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is a channel dedicated to the story of me discovering my biological father through a DNA test. And if this is your first time tuning into this channel, I'm going to leave a link here. Go ahead and click on that because this video will not make sense unless you've watched the other videos. So go ahead and click the link on the screen. And for those of you that are returning, this next video was actually filmed the same day that the other emotional video was filmed. Shortly after, my aunt actually reached out to me, and I just threw it out there and I said, would you be willing to meet me at the Mall of America? So, and she said she was willing, so that's where we start. Thanks you guys for all of your support. Like, comment, subscribe, and here's the video. I am on my way to the Mall of America to meet what I believe is my aunt and my dad's sister, who I've never met. And she might bring her sister, who is my other aunt. Here goes nothing. I'm at the mall. Bye. Hi everybody, it's me again. I ended up meeting two wonderful women who I'm supposedly related to. I'm so excited about this. You guys, these people were amazing. These ladies. I feel like I'm blessed beyond any dream I could have ever possibly imagined by my aunties. They're my aunts. I'm really excited now about this discovery. I think when it all happened, I was really nervous, like, what am I getting into? This door is opening, but is there a cliff? You know, I can't really see. But I really think this is going to be something good. And part of me is like, Zoe, don't get your hopes up. Like, every family has their issues, and I don't know, there's still part of me that's really cautious about this journey and moving forward, but I'm feeling better. The more I learn, the better I feel about everything. So we met at the Mall of America at a Starbucks, and the instant I saw one of my aunts walk in, I knew it was her, and I literally started to cry. And I'm not that person that's super emotional. Well, usually I'm not super emotionally unstable, but I was, the whole time there, I was shaking, and just like, there's still part of me that was like, oh, this isn't right, and what if something really bad happens, or what if I find out something really hurtful? But I feel like I felt so much peace the second my aunt walked in, and then my other aunt, and it was just like cry fest. Like, we didn't even know each other, and we just started hugging and crying. Like, this is stuff that happens in movies. This doesn't happen to me. It was awesome, and we sat and we chatted. They let me talk a lot. We sat at a little table, and one sat on each side of me, and I felt like God was there, and I felt like I was sitting next to two angels. Like, that's what these women felt like to me. And I know that sounds crazy to some people, but not to me, man. It was just the most amazing experience yesterday. They were very sweet, and one of them even remembers my mom. I've always been curious about my mom and like the group that she hung out with back then. And I mean, I don't think my aunt hung out a lot with them. She said she maybe met my mom twice, but you know, it's interesting that this chapter is being written in my life right now. And it's really neat how God is working in this too. God's timing is perfect. You know, I think in my other videos, I maybe made it seem like I didn't want to know who my dad was, or you know, I hated my dad. I don't know. I mean, I hope it didn't seem like that, but that's not totally accurate. I, deep down, of course, I wanted to know more. And I think I've gone back and forth my entire life, like, okay, I'm going to search for him, or I'm going to ask this person, and then, shutting down and being like, oh, I can't, or I just couldn't get up the nerve to do it, just out of fear of what the truth is. And so I just didn't pursue it. And when I took my DNA test on Ancestry.com, I thought, I guess, I said the other day that, I didn't want to know who my dad was, and I just wanted to do the DNA. And I don't think, thinking back to when I actually took that test, I think I was curious about my dad at that point in my life. Maybe I will find out more. I think that hope was there. I was just afraid to really admit it. But part of me just didn't want to know. I was scared. I'm still scared. I've met my aunts who are amazing, but, I haven't met my dad yet, and that's kind of still something that I'm praying about. I'm just going to trust the Lord. I'm not going to cry because I'm at a stoplight. But I'm still, I guess in one of the previous videos I filmed, I was really hurt finding out maybe he knew about me. And, all this time, like 34 years. So he must have known about me and not said anything. But my aunts are wonderful people and had wonderful things to say about my dad. And they told me something. I think my dad has some pretty good excuses or life circumstances that it makes sense to me why he didn't approach me. So it's, at least right now, the way it was communicated to me through my aunts, I'm not as upset. I think, and it's kind of in the back of my mind, but feeling like, okay, now my dad is, I don't know my dad yet, but he's older and alone, and now of course he wants someone to take care of him, and that fear is there, like I'm just being used, and now that it's convenient, I am useful. There's a Kelly Clarkson song that, there's part of it that says, like, now that I've made something of myself, you want to be a part of my life. And so there's still a little bit of that feeling. But it's not as strong as it was before. And here's why. And this is why I said God's timing is perfect earlier. If this were a circumstance where my dad was just reaching out to me because he wanted to be a leech on me, or, to suck me out of all of my money or what, hard-earned living, or, take advantage of me, or finally accept me because I finally earned his love by accomplishing what I've accomplished with my life. If he would have reached out to me, and even though, like, that's kind of what I wished before, like, I was like, why, you know, if he knows about me, why didn't he come, like, find me? I don't have that common of a name. You know, he could have found me. But I think God brought it together this way because that's what he knew I needed. He knew that I needed to know that my dad wasn't just out to use me. I know that's why God's doing it this way. So, going on from here, I mentioned I haven't met my dad yet. I met my aunts yesterday at the mall. Both my aunts have a good relationship with my father, but one of them, she's actually the one that reached out to me after my cousin had found me on the internet. Like, she was the first one other than him to reach out to me. So I think she's pretty comfortable approaching people. So I actually asked her, well, where do you think we should go from here? And she asked me, well, do you want to contact him? And she was really sweet and asked me how I wanted to do it. And, you know, I feel bad putting this on her, but I think it would be best for her to reach out to him, because I just don't think I could take the rejection if he decides, I don't think, like, face to face or on the phone, I think it would be harder for me to take the rejection if he decides not to be a part of my life, because that's still completely a path, and a huge possibility. So I put it I feel bad, I put it on her. And I told her, you know, you can call him right now, or you can call him in a few days after you've had time to think about how to approach it, or, you know, if you decide it's not the right time, let me know. I'm okay with that, because you know him better than I do. So that's where we are. She said she's gonna try to, you know, call him today. And she thought a phone call would be the best way to, you know, she knows him, so with his personality, she thought that would probably be best. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm preparing for the worst. I think, you know, I'd love to have a relationship with my aunts. They're just, the ones I've met are just great, and there's one more that is communicating with me on Facebook, and they just seem like a really loving family. So, and it's so cool, you guys. They are, I feel like they're the half I've been missing, and I didn't even realize it. Like, they have so many cool, like, things that I love. I just feel like all of a sudden these things about me are making sense. Like, why I enjoy certain things, or why I believe certain things, or just, it's neat. It's really neat. So there's like this whole part of me that I didn't even know, and it feels good, but I'm scared too that if my dad decides that he doesn't want to be a part of my life, I have to respect that, and I'm prepared to respect that. But I really would like a relationship with my aunts now that I've met them, and I think that if my dad said that he didn't want to be a part of my life, I think it would be really hard to have a relationship with my aunts without feeling that rejection. So, you know, I can get over it. If it's something I'm probably not totally prepared for, but I'm willing to deal with, you know, going through some hard emotions if it means the possibility of opening a path, a good path for me. So stay tuned, everybody. Thank you for watching this video, and if you'd like to continue to learn about my journey, you can go ahead and hit the subscribe button down here, and it should let you know when a new video comes out. And hopefully they'll be good and like positive, but you know, there's a chance that this story might not end well. But send your prayers and just help me be strong. Thanks, everyone. Bye.